I joined this lifestyle because I thought it was the best way for me to expand my life experience. I had never felt so connected to like nature and myself and creation, because it's just you and nature and really nothing else to do but discover. Hey, it's Danielle. This is my 30-foot Keystone travel trailer that I've lived in for a year and a half. So this is my kitchen, which I'm a huge fan of. I have a 3-burner stove and an oven, which I do use for like roasting vegetables, cookies, things like that. I'm still working out like baking breads and cakes. That's a little bit more challenging. And I have quite a bit of counter space here. And one of my favorite parts of my kitchen is my sink, because it's really deep, so it's easy to do dishes. And I also have this little add-in to add even more counter space. If I'm cooking like a big meal, I can just do that. And then I have all of this space to cut and prep all of the vegetables. I love my spice rack. It's magnetic. I got it off Amazon. I like to see my spices when I cook, so I love that about this space. I also have a microwave, which does run off solar. So my first few months on the road, it didn't, because my wires were not big enough. I don't know, Google it. And someone helped me figure it out, and now it runs completely off solar. So I love that for me. So the fridge is this way, and it is not the original fridge that came with the RV. The original fridge that came with the RV was electric and propane, which was awesome, because when I was boondocking, I could just run it off propane so it didn't suck my solar. But those fridges are about $2,000. So when it broke, I decided to go the alternative route and get in just like an apartment fridge. It just runs off of electric, which I don't mind because it doesn't take as much electricity as the original fridge did. So I am able to run it just off of the solar that I already had, which is awesome. It was a little bit smaller than the original fridge, but a friend helped me fill in that space, and then I now have an additional little shelf above the fridge, which you'll see as well. Up here I have like extra spices, flour, sugar, coffee, things like that. And then down here I have cleaning supplies. And then down here I have like extra cookie sheets and extra pans and like a waffle maker, things like that. So this is my dinette area. I do a lot of my hanging out here, to be honest. I did renovate this area. I recovered these cushions and added this temporary wallpaper, as well as all of the window treatments, and painted everything. I also painted this table, so that's super fun. As far as storage goes, there's storage under here, which has, like this opens up, just stuff that I don't get to often, pretty much. And then up here is just extra kitchen stuff, and then dog stuff like dog treats. And this is my couch area, which I do like because it opens up the space for hosting. This also pulls out and makes a bed for guests, which I have used, so that's pretty cool. Up here we have some more storage. I have just like some personal stuff up here, like headbands and things, and extra cups, and then my dishes are in these 2 containers. I was inspired to hit the road around like 2020, actually. Crazy story. So I took my first solo trip within the country to Zion National Park, and it was right before COVID hit. So I was at Zion when everything in my state shut down completely. And in that time, I had planned to actually move to Spain that year. And because of everything with COVID and international travel, like not really being an idea at that moment, I was introduced to this lifestyle, which I had never really even heard of before. But when I went to Zion National Park, I passed some BLM lands and I seen people like just living off the land. And I thought to myself, wow, that's amazing. I would want to do that. The landscapes there just made me feel really alive. I had never felt so connected to like nature and myself and creation. So I just thought that I couldn't live a life where I only got to experience those things once or twice a year, that it had to be, my life needed to be built around the things that brought me joy. And I save up a little bit of money every single month that I put aside when I am boondocking because I just know myself now. So I know after a few months I'm gonna crash and I'm gonna need to rest. RV parks really vary in cost depending on like where you're at and the different amenities that you want. So I've stayed in expensive RV parks, like especially in Florida and stuff, as a treat yourself experience. And I've stayed in like just the bare minimum RV parks for just rest. So anywhere from $500 a month to $3,000 a month. So back here is kind of like my all-purpose space, I suppose it could be called. It used to be bunk beds. So on both sides were bunk beds, and I took those out and I made this area a storage area. So I have just like my laundry and a bunch of just different stuff like craft stuff, tools. And then over here, I have my little at-home desk and my cat area, and then just extra storage back here on my pegboard. So one of the reasons that I wanted extra space, because this is a bunk house, so I have quite a big travel trailer. And that was important to me because I do like defined areas, and like this is my defined work area. So at the end of my work day, I can just kind of move my body into another room just to kind of decompress, as well as this was my way of expanding my experience. So it was really important to me to stay true to the hobbies that I had cultivated that brought joy to my life, like creating and painting and photography and yoga and things like that. And I didn't want to be limited to only being able to do those things outside. So for me, having enough like floor space and storage space for the things that were important to me were something that I couldn't really sacrifice. And here's my bathroom. It's quite small, but it works, honestly. The toilet. It is a normal RV toilet, so I do have to dump my black tank and my gray tank, and I think I have a 30-gallon black tank, so that's quite big. And I also have fresh water, and that is also 30 gallons, and with like mindful water use, I can make that last as well. I have 2 portable water refillable jugs that I can go and get water without actually moving my RV. So that comes in handy if, you know, you just need extra water, whatever. I do have a shower, so it kind of just depends. So like if I am anywhere that is close to a Planet Fitness or something like that, I will go take a shower there if I'm boondocking, just to conserve water and be able to take a longer shower. I do have hot water, but I have a 6-gallon hot water tank. So if you want to take a really long, luxurious shower, it's not really in the cards. So there are definitely pros and cons to everything, or light and shadow, as I like to say. Some of the greatest things are the freedom and flexibility that comes with that. I can kind of be anywhere, whenever, and I have the ability to like flex my money in a certain way too. So I stay at RV parks, which is a pro of having a travel trailer, because I personally like to travel a little slower and really settle into a place before I move on. So sometimes I like to go stationary if I really like a place, or if I'm just really tired, because one of the shadows is towing for me. I have been doing it for 1.5 years. I've towed this thing like 50 times, like 5,000 miles or something. And it's exhausting. Like, I have a big trailer and it's hard to maneuver, and it's just a stressy time. So that's definitely one of the shadows. But the light of having a trailer like this is that I can go to an RV park and be stationary for a month or 6 months. The longest that I've been stationary is like 3 months. And that's really rejuvenating for me. So that's a huge pro. Also, I think it's a great way to be intentional with your life and what you're doing, from everything from like your groceries and the way that you're cooking, to the water you're using, when you're showering, how much you're showering, like even what you're wearing. It just kind of strips away a lot of the pressures of just everyday societal living, and you really just get to find yourself and know yourself and figure out what your preferences are, because it's just you and nature and really nothing else to do but discover. So I really love that about it. Shadows, I mean, yeah, it's just, it can be rough like anything. Nothing comes without a little bit of sacrifice and a little bit of hard work, right? Then things that are definite in life is that you're gonna have constant work. So this is definitely constant work. And there's a lot of maintenance and a lot of things that I had to learn, which is also a light. So I've learned a lot of new skills that I didn't have a year and a half ago, but that's a little stressy. So I get stressed out when things break, and that's all the time. Like, I don't think I've gone a month without maintenance. So yeah, pros and cons to everything, but all in all, I love it. And this is my bed where I do the sleeping. My bed is a queen short. I'm a short queen, so it works out. All of this is clothes storage, and then I added a couple extra bins for extra clothes storage. And this is my little entertainment area, I guess you could say. It has like all my little cute stuff down here. My journal. I've had this plant for like 10 years. It's a clipping of an old plant. And just my little tarot cards and things like that. These elephant statues are Velcroed so they don't move. So this is a DVD player and a radio and all of that, because this mirror actually flips around to a TV. That's a little dusty. Take care of that, no problem. So that's cool, because behind here is my bed, so I can watch TV in bed or in the living room area. So that's neat. Up here is like DVDs and my Nintendo Switch and things like that. And then down here are some more like games and stuff. So like puzzles and coloring book and Sorry and Uno and fun ways to connect with others and yourself. Anyone looking to do this lifestyle, whether they're a solo female or not, I would say to just do it. I'm really big on action, so just start small, even if it's a research. Just watch a YouTube video, kind of put a plan in place. That's how I do it. I think everybody who does things a little bit different. You don't have to have this kind of rig, you don't have to tow, there's so much flexibility in this lifestyle, but you're always gonna have reasons not to do it. So just do it. Like, lean in to what feels good to you and know that you're capable. Whether you're a solo female traveler, a couple, someone with kids, if you have a desire, then you have what it takes to fulfill that desire. Like, I promise. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If you want to follow along on my journey, I am on Instagram and TikTok at Oh Hey There, it's Danielle. And I will see you later.